Hey guys, Master Shi here, and today I want to tell you about my first impressions of Valheim. Now, for those who don't know, Valheim is described as a brutal exploration and survival game set in a procedurally generated purgatory inspired by Viking culture. Now, I have to say I played a few survival games myself, such as Subnautica, The Forest, 7 Days to Die, and Don't Starve. I've been eyeing Valheim for quite a while, but I never really pulled the trigger on it. And the reason I didn't get it for the longest time is
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
it looks blocky. And because it has a blocky art style, I thought that wouldn't make me enjoy the game as much. However, I only kept hearing good reviews about the game.
Yeah, boy.
It did recently go on sale in Steam, so I decided to get it and installed it. So, what do I think about Valheim? About after 10 plus hours into the game? I gotta say I really like it. And here's why. Number 1, there's very little to no pressure at all in the early game. Are you anxious that the next wave of enemies might just unalive you? Are you stressed from managing a thirst meter, hunger meter, temperature meter, or whatever meter just so you can survive? If your answer to that is yes, then Valheim might just be the game for you. While there are enemies in the early game in Valheim, they don't really pose a threat to you. This isn't like other survival games where a clock is ticking before it sends wave after wave of enemies. The early game does send you a wave of enemies, but you can just hunker down in a safe corner of your base and wait for that to pass. Also, there are no real survival meters to speak of, such as hunger, thirst, or sanity. Yes, there's food and you can feel cold without a fire, you can get wet. However, food and keeping warm only give you buffs, and they don't really serve as a necessity to survive in the game, unlike other survival games. With all of that said, I'm not saying you can't die in this game. I mean, I already died for the most stupid reasons.
Oh no!
What all of this really means is, you have more time and peace of mind to do what you want to do in the early game. There's really nothing to be deathly afraid of unless you step out of the first biome. So with all the time and freedom in the early game, I then set out to do what I love to do. And this also brings me to my second reason why I really like this game. Number 2, base building. Building in this game is simple, flexible, and convenient. It follows the convention found in most survival games where structures can be built like Legos. However, you do have multiple angles by which to snap your structures together, thereby allowing for more uniquely shaped dwellings. One of the things that make building in this game convenient is the low cost of resources required to build your structures. Take for example this house. I know it's nothing to rave about, but this is my first house ever in this game. It's a humble abode and it only cost, if I remember, around 4 to 5 trees and a few branches lying on the floor. Do you need to make minor changes to your house, such as an incorrectly placed wall? Do you want to tear down your house and make a completely new one? Well, no problem. When you remove any structure, Valheim returns the very same number of materials it took you to make that structure, as long as you pick it up first. In fact, I changed my very first house from this to this. I'm only a Valheim noob. I have around just 11 hours in the game. This house is by no means a masterpiece, but it's already decent and it has everything I need in a base. Albeit after spending a miserable dark night drenched in rain, but that didn't matter. Because building was easy. I didn't have to worry about thirst, sanity, enemies, or whatever to kill me. To put it simply, this game is a builder's paradise. I spend most nights next to the fire, relaxing the thought that I'm safe inside the house I worked so hard to build. This brings me to my third point, immersion and ambiance. Granted, I haven't really ventured outside the first biome, so I haven't seen much of the game, but from what I've seen so far, it's a beautiful game. From running around the open grasslands, to hunting for boars and deer among the trees, Valheim immerses you in its world. It feels meditative, doing just even the simplest of things in this game. And we have the serene, easygoing ambiance to thank for that. The days are bright and full of color, inspiring you in anything you set out to do, while the nights get you in the mood to wind down in the safety of your own home. So, for a game I thought at first was too blocky, Valheim sure sucked me into its world and I love every moment of it. Its unique aesthetic made me think I won't enjoy it, but now that I'm playing it, I'm glad it proved me wrong. So after mentioning what I like about this game, I think the lack of tension and suspense in the early game might turn you off. If you're looking for a challenge right from the get-go, you won't find that here. Just keep in mind again, I haven't really stepped out of the first biome. So that wraps up my initial impressions of Valheim. If you're on the fence in getting this game, I hope this video will help you decide. Catch you in the next one.